Hello everyone on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining the Stock Martin channel. If you're new to the channel, I ask that you please hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit all so you can get all my videos. If you're back, welcome back. I have a great video for you today, and I'm excited to talk to you about CCIV or Lucid Motors. There is a couple articles that we're going to be discussing today and see where CCIV and Lucid Motors will go from now. I think you're really going to get a lot out of this video, and I can't wait to tell you about it. So let's get right into this and talk about this article from Investor Place. So this analyst reviews Lucid Motors and its evaluation as a concern moving forward. And I think it's definitely a good thing to talk about, especially since CCIV will be merging into Lucid Motors soon. And we definitely want to know what stock price to get in at and how the stock will grow in the future. So looking at a little bit of history here, in the past 6 months, CCIV or Churchill Capital has had a euphoric rally, and it has gone up to about $65 earlier this year. And then it had a very big correction with the EV market crash, also the tech correction that we've had, and a big pullback since this stock was announced. So let's take a look at why this stock seems to be consolidating and hanging around the $20 mark, and it seems to be having a hard time for breaking out of that. Last week we did have a little bit of a test when we tested the $26, $27 mark. However, we're back down in the lower 20s, and we'll definitely talk about the stock here in the next few slides. But this analyst says that there's two likely reasons for the correction and the stock being trading in at lower levels. And this is because electric vehicle stocks have had the correction in the recent past, as I have mentioned. There's all these EV stocks have had a big correction. For example, Tesla has gone about $900 earlier this year, and as of February, it has gone down to $600 and a little bit less than $600 as well. Same thing can be seen of the other stocks out there, such as NIO. NIO has tested the $65 mark and now has gone down as well, but has had a nice rebound in the past month. And all these EV stocks have had a nice rebound in the past month. But we definitely have to continue to watch this and monitor CCIV and Lucid. As far as Lucid goes, I believe that in the next few years, in the next decade, the electric vehicle industry is expecting a big growth. And there's going to be a lot of competitors out there in the EV industry. I personally think that Lucid Motors will do a very good job in finding its own niche in the premium luxury electric vehicle market, and I don't think that it will have a lot of competition in that will overtake it, and I think it's going to do really well. Going back to this article, the analysts believe that there's high evaluation and optimistic projections that Lucid is giving, which may be overvaluing the stock price. So I did want to talk to you about that. So this article is talking about the high valuation and optimistic projections of CCIV or Lucid Motors. Going back in history, if we go back a few months to February of this year when Churchill Capital announced that it will be going and acquiring Lucid Motors through a special acquisitions merger, the company had projected and talked about their valuation. Their valuation was supposed to be about $24 million, but it was to include a PIPE transaction at a price of $15 per share. So therefore that means that the listed valuation of this company is over $35 billion. And this is a really high valuation of this company, and it puts it on par with, if you look at back in Tesla, when Tesla was the size that it was back in 2017. So let's see if they can get that valuation based on the sales that they are projecting to get. So Lucid Motors is expecting in the second half of this year to start selling its Lucid Air Dream model. And next year in 2022, it's expecting to sell 20,000 electric vehicles and receive a revenue of $2.2 billion. When analysts asked Peter Rawlinson, the CEO of Lucid Air, the CEO says that he was very on track of making over 577 vehicles this year, which will be the Lucid Air Dream edition, which is already reserved and sold out, and a significant increase throughout the next year. The CEO didn't comment if he could deliver 20,000 vehicles next year. So that has some people worried that it's very likely that projections will change. And if this does, it'll disappoint the stock markers and this stock as well, which could give it a lower price target. It's also worth noting that Lucid Motors expects to ramp up its vehicles to 49,000 by the year 2023. And then by the year 2026, it's expected to produce 251,000 vehicles. And its revenue guidance for the year 2026 is $22.7 billion. So looking at this, Lucid Motors is going to be projecting to make 20,000 of its Lucid Air vehicles in the year 2022. Starting in the year 2023, the Lucid will give a new luxury SUV called the Lucid Gravity, which will be produced about 12,000 units and an additional 35 units of the Lucid Air. So this will be a big revenue generator in the future to come, and that's if Lucid can meet their production demands and their expectations. So given this information, if we look at our fundamental analysis, Lucid Motors will be cash positive, will have cash flow positivity in the year 2025-2026, which will make enough revenue to cover its expenses. Now, given the intense competition in the electric vehicle industry, this growth rate seems really unrealistic according to this analyst. And there's big optimistic projections that Lucid expects to be free cash flow positive in the year 2025. What it all boils down to is, can Lucid produce? It's very critical at the end of this year if Lucid does make its 577 vehicle deliveries that it has promised. It would be wonderful news if they can surpass that. But this will give us a little bit of a guidance on how the year 2022 will go. If Lucid can come up with the 20,000 vehicles in next year in 2022, I think this stock has a really good chance of going really high. However, if we do come up with some production problems and production issues and they are not able to deliver, I think it's going to hurt them quite bad in the stock. And this is why this analyst is saying that Lucid could have a very big valuation. So to conclude on this article, by the year 2030, Lucid Motors plans to have at least 6 products, and they will all be premium vehicles, which will include premium luxury SUVs and sedans. It will launch these new models gradually as the productions increase year over year. Lucid Motors has plans to make an affordable model to rival the Tesla Model 3 in the year 2024-2025. However, I don't really know if that's going to be a good idea for Lucid, and we shall see what happens in the future. I think they should stick with a premium luxury brand and really make a niche for itself. If it starts going after the Tesla Model 3, I really don't know if that will be good for its company, just because it needs to make a niche for itself as being the vehicle out there that just produces luxury vehicles. So we'll definitely have to watch that as well. This analyst says that he believes that this stock will remain trading sideways, and it's unlikely the stock will deliver strong returns in the near future. Again, what we have to see is those production numbers. Once Lucid starts making those production vehicles, its stock will move. But until then, I think we're going to stick around this lower $20 mark. But remember, last week we did push that 27 ceiling. If we can get past that resistance, I think it will show really good for this stock. Last point I did want to make on Cciv Lucid's valuation is a few weeks back, Rivian, the electric vehicle truck that's going to be coming out as a truck and an SUV, had a valuation of close to $70 billion. If this does come out as an IPO as Rivian, this will make Lucid stock look very, very cheap. And so we'll definitely have to keep an eye on that as well to see how the other competitors that are coming out on the market, and based on that, we'll see if we're getting a great deal on Lucid as well. Now let's take a look at some great news on Lucid as it's making and setting up a studio in Seattle where the previous Microsoft store used to be. This is a picture of Lucid's new store that used to be where Microsoft's store is in Seattle. and this will show off its new Lucid Air electric vehicle. So Lucid has been around for quite a while, since 2007, and since then they've hired a lot of engineers, taking from premium companies like Tesla, Audi, Mercedes, and also General Motors, a lot of the big companies out there. And all these people have come together and they've created the quickest, longest range, and fastest charging electric vehicles in the world. The Lucid Air Dream, which will become on sale this year, has a projected range of over 500 miles. It's priced at $169,000 before tax credits. And the lowest price model is the Air Pure, which will start at $77,000 before any federal tax credits. Their factory in Arizona is up, and it is ready to start producing its vehicles this year. Lucid has been doing a great job promoting its new product, and it has also established 8 studios nationwide, and 14 more are planned this year. I did want to transition and talk to you about the stock price of CCIV. Today, as of Monday, it's trading at $23. As you can see, it's had a little bit of a sell-off, but then it's been trading sideways. It's been down 1.8% today in the past week. We've been down about 4.3%, but as you can see, we're mostly trading sideways. Where we did have its base is at about $22.25, $22.25. In this past week, we've been at a ceiling or meeting a resistance of $24. However, if we look back in the past month, we're still green. We're still up 18.4% for the past month, with a low in the past month of $19.40 back on May 24th. And as you can see, we've tested that $27 mark about a couple weeks ago. So if we can get back up there and retest that, I think it will be good if we can pass that resistance barrier and try to get a new base. But right now it looks like we're trading sideways, and in the next few weeks, coming up on July 23rd, we should see the CCIV being merged into Lucid Motors, which will have a new ticker, LCID. And also in September, we'll start seeing those production vehicles coming out. I think if Lucid can make its goal of 577 of the Lucid Air Dream vehicles this year, this stock will do very, very well. But we'll just have to see their production numbers and make sure that they get those out there. To give you a little bit of a stock price prediction, this analyst from Wallet Investor gives Lucid or CCIV a $44 price prediction in 1-year forecast, and they're giving it a 5-year forecast of $125. So right now the price still looks quite well and quite good if you hold it long term. Well, just to conclude, I think that CCIV is a brand new company, a luxury company that's going to have a very nice place in the market, in the luxury premium EV space, which has been a big void in the last few years, especially since Tesla has really started producing and focusing its Tesla Model 3 and its Tesla Model Y, which has been doing a fabulous job out there. However, this has created a void because for this whole year, there hasn't been any Model S or Model X in the luxury electric vehicle market. And I think Lucid's going to have a really great chance of taking place of that void. What we need to watch for is 2 big things to happen. One, the merger will need to happen, and that will happen shortly in the next few weeks. But the most important one is the production of its vehicles. Lucid Motors needs to start delivering. It does have its factory up and running in Arizona, and it is prepared to make 35,000 vehicles per year, is what Peter Rawlinson stated that the company or that factory can produce in 1 year. I think next year, once we start seeing the models start roll out in high production, Lucid Motors says that it can produce 22,000 of these vehicles next year. That's assuming we don't have any chip shortages, and that's assuming that we don't have any problems with the Lucid Air model. I really think that this stock will be good in the future. However, we might see some volatility in trading around the lower $20 mark for the next few weeks. I hope you like this video. If you're new to the channel, please give me that thumbs up, and this will spread the video to others. But most importantly, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, hit all so you can get all my videos. Thank you so much for all your support. I have been trying to get this channel to hit 500 subscribers, so I ask that you please help me by sharing this video with your friends, your coworkers, your family, and your next door neighbor. Thank you so much for all your help. I really appreciate it. If you would like to help out the channel, there's 2 links down below. One is to Webull. If you deposit $100, you get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,850. If you deposit $100 into Coinbase, you get $10 free in cryptocurrency for trading. Thank you so much for all your support.